Welcome to Maastricht, the oldest city in the Netherlands. Tucked away in this little nook between Belgium and Germany, it's pretty much overlooked by foreign tourists, but has a huge history starting with the Roman Empire all the way to the birthplace of the European Union. Today, Max and I are spending 24 hours here to show you what to do, what to see, and where to eat in Maastricht.
Good morning, beautiful people!
We are in Maastricht, Netherlands today. This is actually our first time in the Netherlands, our first and only city that we will be visiting. Unfortunately, so far, we're loving this town. It
Super
is
cute.
absolutely gorgeous. So we'll definitely be making our way back to the Netherlands at some point. But today, the plan is just to explore Maastricht. Later in this video, we are going to be doing a cave tour, which is the big draw card of Maastricht. For now, we're just going to wander around the beautiful streets and go grab a coffee in a very surprising place.
First stop, I don't know if you can tell behind, is a big famous bridge here, but we're actually standing on the ruins of the original bridge that led to the construction of the start of Maastricht. It used to be a Roman bridge from the 1st century. Unfortunately, it fell down, so they rebuilt another one. But this one is still pretty old, it's like 700 years old. So yeah, quirky little first fun stop. And it's a beautiful day, very warm, we're Christmas geared out. Yeah, just one day in Maastricht. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, yeah, wow.
So this is actually an old church, but fun fact about Netherlands is that Catholicism was once outlawed, and so a lot of the churches were left abandoned, and they turned this one into a bookshop. It's been voted multiple times one of the most beautiful bookshops in the world, and they have a cafe inside, so definitely something we have to check out.
Dang, this looks a lot like it used to be a church. It's funny because in London we went to an old church that was converted to like our food market. Yeah,
and you could drink beers and wine where the altar used to be. And in this one, you can have a coffee. My first impressions of Maastricht are adorable. It is so cute. All the little buildings, they're so Dutch. And because we literally just crossed the border, like where Maastricht is located on the map is kind of this little tiny bit right down the bottom that's really squished between Belgium, Germany, and France. And Maastricht is supposedly the most the most foreign city in the Netherlands, but it is absolutely stunning here. The church was amazing. Now we're gonna make our way to the oldest bakery here in town, where this is where they actually milled the flour to create the bread. And apparently the pie there, or the volaille they call it, is supposed to be very good. I love Europe because you're walking down the street and then boom, there's a castle. Europe just blows me away. Every time we come to visit Europe, it's just insane. So this is Bischofsmolen. Oh, wow. I know that I am saying that wrong, but this is the oldest actual mill here. By mill, it means like it would grind the flour to then make the bread. It's interesting. I'm not sure if this is correct, but Maastricht is the oldest city in the Netherlands, and this is the oldest mill / bakery. So I wonder if maybe this is the oldest bakery in the Netherlands.
Something in the air.
It's water powered.
Oh my god! Wow!
How cool is this? So this is how I guess they would mill the flour previously, and they've actually got the bakery over there. The guys watching me. Anyway, we need to go get coffee and cake. Oh my gosh. So Max asked the waitress for a flat white, which if you don't know what that is actually an Australian coffee. And then what it is basically a strong latte with barely any foam. And That probably only means something to my fellow Aussies, but anyway, she did recommend the traditional pie, or I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but I think they call it Blai here. And we got the apple and nuts. Now she said the most traditional ones are the apple and nuts, the plain apple, and then also the cherry one as well. But she said this one's the best one, so we thought we would go with that.
Oh my god. Really good?
And what did you get? Honestly, it's perfect.
Thank you.
Adjust.
Oh, you saw them? Shit. Oh, put your head. Reckon that's them? Okay, I think we made it. Gee.
So we kind of type B traveled too hard on this one. We realized that the next cave tour of Maastricht was at 12:15 or 2:15, so we had to bolt. We literally ran here, but we made it just in time. We were at the North Caves of Maastricht. So as I said earlier, the underground caves of Maastricht are quite extensive, and it's one of the main draw cards here for tourism. And the north ones were the ones that I found online that were most recommended, but there are a couple of different systems. €9.75 per person for each tour. So we decided, because we only have one day here, we're probably just going to do the North Cave tours. And they have English ones and Dutch ones, so the English ones are only every 2 hours though, so you need to make sure you either book online and get here on time, or like us, you just sprint to make it. Hey, we're trapped now. We've been locked underground, so if you're claustrophobic, not for you.
We call it caves, but it's not really a cave, because caves are made by nature, by water, wind, geological developments. This is really a quarry, a tunnel system created by man. In a period of about 700 years, people digged here for this material, the limestone.
Imagine being here like before it was a tour guided thing. You come down in the night, you got your torch, and then all of a sudden you see this. Like, it's so scary.
Oh, it's huge.
It honestly doesn't feel like a cave or like a tunnel. It feels like we're in some sort of crypt or something ancient. I want that.
You have to do that all day. It will get heavier.
I want that block cut in half, Max.
Well, that tour was super good. I'm glad we ran for it.
Enjoyable, very interesting. The tour guide, honestly, like with almost any tour, the tour guide is what makes it. And our tour guide Paul was fantastic. But I highly, highly recommend that. And those were the North Caves, which were very interesting. We spent an hour down there, but there is a longer one that you can do that will actually take you to the underground vault where Hitler stored many of the famous artworks during World War II. So that's kind of interesting.
Now, when we were running for our cave tour, we ran past this little open air zoo free to the public. And I put zoo like this because they have like deers.
Zoo might be a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. But just to say that the little glimpse of Maastricht we're seeing in this one day, really stunning, absolutely beautiful city. And if that's a sort of, duck crossing the road. And that's a bit of a foreshadowing for the rest of eventually when we'll explore the rest of the Netherlands. Really looking forward to see the rest. Oh,
Yeah.
Let's go to, no,
That's
and there's albino
a deer.
deer. She said it. I was gonna say it. She was gonna, there's a deer. Thanks very much. Thank you.
So we actually came a little bit out of our way to come and see Helpoort, because this medieval gate behind me is actually the oldest medieval gate in all of the Netherlands. You might remember earlier in the vlog I told you that Maastricht is actually the oldest city in all of the Netherlands. So it does kind of make sense. Now it's called Helpoort, and I actually read online that Helpoort meant that it was the gate to hell, like that's what it was nicknamed. But that's not true at all. I've actually just discovered that the hell actually means hollow or slope, and port means gate, so it's actually just the hollow gate.
As Jacqueline and I make our way to the Christmas market, we are walking through streets that are really, really quaint. And you can't help but notice all the buildings have these quirks. Like, it is an old town, so you can notice little things that tells quite a bit of a story, and some are like super old, like some of them have just like a 1700 date something on it, some of them much older than that, like that gate we just had. But like even this one here has like beautiful sort of stone carving on it, so it's for a bit of a brainiac or like nerdy approach. I don't even nerdy is acceptable to say anymore, but it's very, very interesting.
And it just goes to show how old Maastricht is. I think it's such an underrated city. There's like barely any tourists here, and it's just so beautiful.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment Jacqueline has been waiting for.
All day.
We actually avoided it when we walked past it. Like, let's not look at this and look at it.
This will be our fourth Christmas market, and I'm still loving them so much and so excited to go. They're just such a vibe, and I love the Christmas decorations in Europe, and I love that it's cold, because in Australia we have hot Christmases, which are honestly a vibe in their own right, but this is like the typical movie Christmas that I've always dreamed of as
Without
a
the
child.
snow. But we just did the Ghent Christmas market, which blew our mind.
10 out of 10.
So our standards have gone up a lot. Jacqueline, some fake snow there.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute.
Oh, A for effort.
How cute is that? They've got little piles of fake snow around. You can actually see it's creating bubbles because it's too hot and it's melting.
Oh my god.
So adorable.
That is, I mean, even that view now.
Alright, so far up to a very good start. I love
Wow.
that.
Ooh.
Yes. Oh, this is so
Wow.
ice ring.
We've looked at it. It's €6 per person, and your entry skate is €6 as well, which is the same price as Ghent.
It is a very small Christmas market, and there's not a lot of food options actually, which I'm surprised about, because the other two that we've been to have had heaps of like various food options, but this has quite a few repetitive stalls. Anyway, they got some stuff that caught our eye. They have glühwein, which is all that really matters. They have fake snow and an ice ring, so they make up for the lack of food options in those two things. Okay, we'll take one of the cacao and one of the extra stuff. Yeah. Why not, you know? When in near Germany, you can get a really big sausage. Cheers. They had mugs that at this particular market, I think you have to buy the mug. You can't return the mug. And as much as I want a mug, Max won't let me.
You got your cup finally!
Oh my god, my first glue
Oh, and it's a cool
in
cup.
a mug.
And you gotta keep that one. You gotta keep that one.
So they've got quite a few dessert options, but the food options, maybe go to a restaurant.
Stroopwafel time. Now, have you been to the Netherlands? If you have not had a stroopwafel, You'll probably say no. So that's what we're getting.
Hello. Hi, just one stroopwafel? Just original, yeah. However it normally comes.
Max and Jacqueline.
And Jacqueline, yes. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Merry Christmas. She was the sweetest.
Yeah, she was nice.
Actually, so far, everyone in Maastricht has been very friendly and kind. I didn't know exactly what a stroopwafel was, to be honest. But apparently, it's just like a really thin waffle that she cuts in half somehow.
Yeah,
Honestly, that
how
was
she did
magic.
that.
How she cut this in half, I don't know. And then she filled it with caramel sauce. Then there was the option to add additional toppings on top, like you could add Nutella or chocolate fudge or speculoos, but it's filled with caramel already, so I don't know.
I think it's sweet enough, even to Jacqueline's standards.
Yeah, even to my sweet tooth. Okay. Oh my god.
Yeah?
That was amazing. This is 10 out of 10.
Really?
Wow, that's really good.
Well, beautiful people, it was a very short but amazing day in Maastricht. And I don't know if you can tell, we've already made it to our next destination, which is our next country.
One day in Maastricht was the perfect amount of time to really get to see the city. It was just big enough for one day. And we have already taken a bus, as Max said, to our next country and our next city, which is Aachen. It's only 1 hour from Maastricht. So we actually are staying back in Maastricht tonight. So if you're planning, you can also do day trips to other cities as well.
Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. And if you like this video, make sure you press a little like, and we'll see you in the next one.